Hello and welcome to part 2 of the test question, evaluating the expression and simplifying. In the first video, I introduced the problem and went over some key review topics. I'd like to continue in that review in this part 2 video, and then in part 3, possibly part 4, depends. I don't like to hurry these videos along. I'll be solving the problem you saw in part 1. It may take 2 parts to solve it. I may finish in one. It just depends. So keep an eye out for that particular video. And again, if you feel like this review information is unnecessary for you, you can just go to the last part of the 3 or 4 part series and just test your knowledge and trying to answer these questions and see how well you do. Hey, if these videos are helpful to you, please help support me in continuing to bring these instructional videos to you. Please send stars or gifts. Either is very much appreciated. Thank you for your time. So let's review substitution method here. So I got a kind of a generic, smaller type of problem, similar to the evaluate the expression problem we started with in part 1. Here we have -3 times the quantity of a -2 plus a, in parentheses, raised to the -b power plus 14, where a is going to be equal to a -3. So everywhere I see a, I'm going to substitute a -3 value, and b will be equal to a -1. So everywhere I see b, I'm going to substitute a -1. Thankfully here, I only see 1a and 1b. It keeps things somewhat simple. All right, so remember, after you substitute these values, you want to follow the order of operations. So let's take a look. What does this look like when you substitute the values? So everywhere I see an A, I'm going to substitute that -3. Everywhere I see a B, I'm going to substitute, right? B equals -1. Everywhere I see B, I'm going to put a -1. And then everything else, the plus 14, the negative in front of that exponent, I'm going to bring down, that's really a negative invisible 1. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm going to bring down the plus sign in front of the A, the -2, the parentheses, and the -3 on the outside of the parentheses. So each time I am following the order of operation. And everything every term I don't work with or simplify, I just rewrite, and that includes the parentheses. So in this step, I'm going to start with PEMDAS, or order of operations. Are there any parentheses here? Yep, I see a parenthesis here. I see parentheses here. But the question you're asking yourself is, with this order of operations, is there anything I can do inside the parenthesis to simplify? Okay, over here in the exponent, no, there's nothing I can do on the inside of that parenthesis. So I'm just going to leave it alone and rewrite it in my organization. Is there anything inside the parentheses I can do here? Sure. I can add a -2 plus a -3. So that's what I'm going to do. And everything else, I'm just going to rewrite it. So you can see that here, just rewriting all of the terms, excuse me, in organizing. And so again, I want to add -2 plus a -3. You owe me $2. Plus, you owe me another $3. How much you owe me in total? Hey, you owe me $5, right? That's another way to look at it. And everything else I just rewrote. And I'm going to, again, in this step, follow the order of operations. Any parentheses or anything inside the parentheses I can do? No. Okay, the next order is exponents. Do I have any exponents in this problem? I do. I have that -1b value. And the negative right outside of that b value, I'm going to show you just this one time here, that negative is outside attached to the b through multiplication, and my b value is a -1. So I put a -1 where the b was, as you can see here and here. So I want to simplify this exponent. That's really a negative invisible 1 times a negative invisible 1. And a negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 1 is 1. So this exponent has changed into a positive 1. And you can even make that a positive invisible one. All right, so in this step, I'm going to continue the order of operations. From the prior step, I wrote down and just brought the plus 14, brought the negative 3 times the parentheses of a negative 5. Now, are there any parentheses here? Yes, but there's nothing inside I can do. Any exponents here? Yes, but I can't really simplify because a negative 5 to the first power is still just negative 5. All right. Can I multiply or divide here? I can multiply. Negative 3 times a negative 5. Negative times a negative is a positive 15. I rewrite that plus 14. In this last step, any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Can I multiply or divide? No. 15, I can't add or subtract, so 15 plus 14 is 29. In simplifying this problem, in reviewing how to use substitution method and to follow order of operations in order to simplify the expression. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me.